National Wear Red Day today as we launched American Heart Association Heart Month yesterday. We'll have lots of talk here on the show over the month of February and some special guests joining us as well to talk about issues related to heart health, particularly for women, and some events coming up on the calendar. And right now, we're going to talk about the celebration of American Heart Month and the American Heart Association's 100th birthday, with the Heart Association urging every family in the U.S. to join the nation of lifesavers by learning CPR. With more than 350,000 people experiencing cardiac arrest outside of a hospital, including 23,000 children, CPR is a critical skill that kids as young as 9 years old can learn. Joining us to talk about this topic, Martinson Arnan, Senior Vice President and Chief Physician Executive for Bronson Healthcare System. Bronson working with the American Heart Association to get the word out about the importance of CPR education and is one of the presenting sponsors of this year's Go Red for Women Gala next week here in Kalamazoo. Dr. Arnan, good morning to you.
Good morning, Ken. Thank you so much for having me here.
Well, a pleasure to chat with you. And I understand the American Heart Association has set a goal of doubling the survivor of cardiac arrest by 2030. Why is this important to our community and to Bronson?
You know, this is important because we need to save lives. And in order to save more lives from the over 350,000 cardiac arrests that occur outside the hospitals every year, we need more people to be able to respond to cardiac arrest by doing the following things. One, calling 911. Two, delivering high-quality CPR. And also getting and using an AED as soon as possible. Because here's what we know. CPR, especially if it's performed immediately, can double or triple a person's chance of survival. And it's important for people to know that 7 out of 10 cardiac arrests that happen outside of the hospital happen at home around someone you love. So it's really important for everyone to know what to do in a cardiac emergency.
So how can people learn CPR, and then what do they do if they do see someone experience a cardiac arrest?
Oh, that's a very good question. First of all, I want to stress that anyone can perform hands-only CPR. Like you mentioned earlier, even children as young as 9 years of age can do this. 2 simple steps. Number one, I think you have to remember to call 911. And then importantly, when you're doing CPR, remember to push hard and fast on the center of the chest at 100 to 120 beats per minute. Some people like to sing Bee Gees' Staying Alive or Cyndi Lauper's Girls Just Want to Have Fun to keep the beat. And if there's an AED nearby, open it and follow the instructions. In terms of training, the AHA offers online CPR courses that are really good. You can also purchase CPR anytime training kits online, as well as there are many videos online that people can learn from. And remember, you don't have to be certified to do a good job. Our goal is to turn bystanders into lifesavers by spreading the word about these simple life-saving steps.
Dr. Martinson Arnan is our guest from Bronson Healthcare. And why is CPR education especially important for women?
You know, unfortunately, women are less likely to receive CPR from a bystander. I think some of the barriers include fear of legal ramifications and perhaps accusations of inappropriate touching. But here's an important study that came out in 2017. It showed that 4 out of 10 women in cardiac arrest receive CPR, compared to close to 50% of men receiving CPR. And what happens is that we've noticed that the odds of surviving for men are about 23% higher than in women. This is why this conversation is so important.
So among the events that will be taking place this month is Kalamazoo's Go Red for Women event. And how can people help by being part of this?
You know, this is a special year because the American Heart Association is commemorating its 100th anniversary and the 20th anniversary of its signature Go Red for Women's movement at this year's Kalamazoo Go Red for Women Gala. It's a black tie event. It's happening on Thursday, February 8th at 6 p.m. at the Radisson Plaza Hotel. Now, I hear tickets are almost sold out, but you can still sponsor or donate by going to www.heart.org Kalamazoo Go Red. And I just want to say Go Red for Women's goal is to save and improve women's lives by advancing equitable research and also advocating for inclusive health policies. And so today, Go Red for Women is a global movement having an impact across the United States and in more than 50 countries around the world.
And as we mentioned, Bronson is a presenting sponsor of this year's Go Red for Women Gala in Kalamazoo. So you must be very proud to have Bronson supporting this effort.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ken. Bronson is proud to support the AHA and the goal to have one person in every household trained in hands-only CPR. We very much appreciate AHA's life-saving research and medical advancements as we look ahead to the next 100 years.
And you can support Kalamazoo Go Red for Women by visiting heart.org/Kalamazoo Go Red. Our guest, Dr. Martinson Arnan, Senior Vice President, Chief Physician Executive for Bronson Healthcare System. And we thank you so much for sharing this very important information with us this morning.
Thank you, Ken.